Good morning and welcome to KX on the Go. I'm Tyler Flipson. A man is now charged with murder after an early morning incident that happened on the Turtle Mountain Reservation. According to court documents obtained by KX News, Turtle Mountain BIA officers were called in after a 911 call around 6 a.m. Saturday in Belcourt. Special agents with the North Dakota Bureau of Criminal Investigations were also called in. Investigators arrested Rigoberto Mendez Morales and charged him with murder. So far, the victim in the case has not been named. On Monday, a judge set Mendez Morales' bond at $450,000. He'll be in court on Monday, January 26th. The FBI is leading the investigation with assistance from the BIA and BCI. And late last year, law enforcement across North Dakota held a Click It or Ticket campaign. And during that time, more than 3,000 citations were given out. More than 2,100 tickets were issued for not wearing a seatbelt, and there were 18 for child restraint violations. 337 speeding tickets were given out and 27 citations for distracted driving. Also, 103 people were caught driving with a suspended or revoked license, 17 warrants were served, 13 drug arrests were made, and 11 people were taken into custody for DUI. The Click It or Ticket campaign is to remind people to buckle up. These enforcement periods are part of Vision Zero, an effort to try and reduce the number of serious injuries and fatalities on North Dakota roads. And the cost of health insurance. People across the country are seeing higher health insurance costs at the start of the new year. This comes after congressional Republicans did not extend the Affordable Care Act's enhanced premium tax credits when they expired at the end of 2025. According to Natasha Murphy, health policy director at the Center for American Progress, about 20 million people benefit from enhanced tax credits. After they expired at the end of last year, she says millions of people saw their premiums rise quickly, on average 114% more per month. New federal data shows about 1.4 million fewer people have enrolled in ACA plans this year compared to the same time last year. Experts say that number could grow in the coming months as more people receive their first bills and decide to drop coverage. The U.S. House recently passed a bipartisan bill to extend the enhanced tax credits, a move that included support from 17 Republicans. The decision now rests with the U.S. Senate, which is expected to vote on proposed 3-year extension.
If the Senate decides, if they don't vote in the affirmative for the 3-year extension, I anticipate, a lot of folks going uninsured, because you're going to have people who signed up during open enrollment. And I think as the year progresses, as kind of the months and the bills pile up, they are unfortunately not going to be able to afford those premiums. And as a result, their coverage will be terminated.
Murphy says that the U.S. Senate passes the bill, state marketplaces could adjust premiums and potentially reopen enrollment so people could change plans. Senator Hoeven's office, as a bipartisan group in the Senate, is working on a solution. Hoeven believes reforms are needed to lower health care costs for families. His office says the original Obamacare subsidies are still in place, but the program is driving up medical costs. He supports reforms that would lower prices and provide money directly to families based on income. All right, good morning, Andre.
And good morning to you too, Tyler. And we are starting out our day here in Williston with those partly to mostly cloudy skies, which has impacted a temperature at 32 degrees, and the winds are out of the south-southwest at 3 miles per hour. But as we head over into Lake Metagoshi, we are seeing a temperature at 0 degrees, and the winds are out of the east at 5 miles per hour, mainly clear skies. So really lets you know that those clouds really mean a big difference when it comes to those temperatures. Now, looking ahead, folks, we're going to be watching a quiet and cooler Wednesday ahead. Also, we are going to be seeing the windy conditions return here pretty soon, and also the snow chances will return around here as well. Now, looking at our current storm team radar right now, we are seeing those mainly clear conditions in our eastern tier counties. Meanwhile, in our western areas, we are seeing more of the cloud cover. And again, that has really implicated those temperatures as far as our temperatures in our eastern areas, mainly in the single digits below 0 and teens in our eastern tier counties. And into our western areas, we're seeing temperatures mainly in the 20s and 30s with even a upper teen there in Will Point 19 degrees because now they're starting to clear up just a little bit. But it really lets you know that those temperatures are really impacted by those clouds that we see in the morning. And as far as our 24-hour temperature change, we have seen a cooler change all across the board regardless, especially there in Rolla where it is at 36 degrees cooler than this time yesterday. So it's quite a big change for sure. Now our current winds right now mainly out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and that is allowing for us to see the cooler atmosphere, if you will. And our wind chills brought to you by Absolute Comfort Plumbing and Heating. We're seeing some wind chills in the teens below zero in our north and eastern counties. So that's something to really keep in mind as you progress throughout this morning. Now, what is driving this is we have this area of high pressure, and that has allowed for that northerly flow overall moving into the viewing area, and that is going to allow for those cooler temperatures throughout the day today, slightly cooler than what we've been seeing for sure. And our highs for today will mainly climb up into the 20s, 30s, and the 40s. So it is going to be cooler than over the last few days, but still running above normal in a good deal of our locations. But once we get into tonight, we will see temperatures drop down into the 20s and the 30s. So it's going to be a relatively mild night for us here in North Dakota. Now looking here at our future map ahead, we're going to be watching for our next area of low pressure to move through Thursday night into our Friday, and that is going to provide us with those blustery conditions, and also we're going to be watching for maybe some snow potential around here as well. Now we do have this high wind watch in effect for our entire area through our Thursday afternoon and evening into our Friday, and this is where we could see those very high wind gusts. So I want you to make sure that you have the small objects indoors, tie down large ones, and also make sure that you have that KX Storm Team app on hand. And during this event, travel slowly, and also make sure that you are charging your devices before the event begins. Now, our wind gusts will be as high as around 40 to 60 miles per hour during this time period with locally higher gusts, so that's something to really keep in mind here. And once we get into our Friday evening into a Saturday, that is where those conditions will start to improve. And again, we will be watching for those snow squalls moving on through Thursday night into our Friday morning, early Friday morning, and that is where we could see maybe some blowing snow and also near blizzard conditions. So that's something to keep in mind here. Williston, we're going to see temperatures hovering around normal as we head into our Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And here in Dickinson, we're also going to be seeing temperatures in the 20s for our Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now looking here in the Magic City, we are going to be seeing 30s today, 30s tomorrow, and then teens on Friday, teens on Saturday, 20s on Sunday, teens on our Martin Luther King Day, and then 20s on Tuesday. And here in the capital city, we're also going to be seeing an overall decrease in temperatures over the next several days with those snow chances Thursday night into our Friday morning. So it looks like today, Tyler, is the day to prepare for these wild conditions up here pretty soon.
All right, thank you, Andre. Bring on the snow. I want it. Hey, thanks for watching KX on the Go. I'm Tyler Flipson. Let's have a day, folks.